Another degrowth proponent, Kate Raworth, makes a compelling argument that a paradigm shift of reimagining how we perceive progress is imperative, that our economies may be growing, but its citizens are not necessarily thriving. She created the donut economics model, depicting how a dynamic balance between undershooting planetary boundaries but not shortfalling on societal needs can be achieved through economies that are distributive and regenerative and not growing out of control. Economic anthropologist Jason Hickel challenges the idea that giving way to tech advancement can be the saving grace of the environmental crisis by finding that there is no empirical evidence indicating that this can be achieved, let alone possible at the rate at which global warming is reaching 1.5 to 2 degrees Celsius. Economist Rob Dietz includes more evidence that the idea of endless efficiency growth with a booming economy is unviable. If we assume economic growth will be at 5% over the long term, the non-energy demanding sector must produce almost 100% of economic activity in just 100 years. If that trend continues, the agriculture sector would certainly become susceptible to environmental damage from climate change. He addresses the growthist William Nordhaus, who argues agriculture accounts for just 3% of national output. This means that there's no way to get a very large effect on the US economy. In a quick response, Dietz says, so if there's a significant reduction in the access to food in this country, there will be little effect on the economy. Finally, degrowth points out that the misguided pursuit of economic growth has contributed to a rise in inequality, not alleviating it. Here, we see that GDP in the US has tripled in the past 40 years, but neither the bottom fifth of American households nor households earning the median income amount have cashed in on that growth. As national income increases, the top 5%, 1%, and especially the top 100% are the groups that benefit from this growth. With the economic mindset that many Western countries have engendered for decades, the car has been at full speed ahead for a long time now. The degrowth movement does not seek the, quote, end of progress, but points out the flaws in our current economic mindset and calls for the slowing down the metabolism of our insatiable hunger for economic growth. After all, speed limits do exist.